Welcome to Endorsements Naviance. Today we're going to try to explain what an endorsement is, how to earn an endorsement, how to use Naviance to select an endorsement, and give you some resources that you can hopefully find helpful to learn more about Naviance in the future. In 2013, the legislature established the new Foundation High School program as the default graduation program for all students entering high school in 14-15. Today's CHS graduates default to the graduation plan Foundation High School program plus endorsement with distinguished level of achievement. Basically, that means all of our students have the core foundation academic courses, plus they're going to select an endorsement, and they're also going to be required to take Algebra 2. So that's the highest level graduation plan that the state has, and that's what we expect our students to achieve. All students are required to declare at least one endorsement area to align their interests and develop a post-secondary plan for educational opportunities upon entering ninth grade. Students in CISD can use Naviance career assessments such as Career Key, Cluster Finder, or the Career Interest Profiler to help discover and choose an appropriate career cluster and pathway. Naviance has been in our district for quite some time. Naviance is simply a comprehensive college and career readiness solution to help us align students' strengths and interests to post-secondary goals, improving their outcomes, and connecting learning to life. Naviance is a very, moves from a broad to narrow mindset, whereas in 7th grade, our Explorer classes is designed to help students with self-discovery, learning about who they are. And as they enter 8th and ninth grade, looking at more career exploration, what do they want to be, and then moving into academic planning, how will it get there, and then progressing to post-secondary preparation and goals and looking at colleges or career interest there. So it's basically an opportunity that all of our grades 7 through 12 students have in order to help them prepare for their future. When your student opens Naviance, this is the homepage that they'll see. Basically, here at the top, you'll have colleges, careers, an About Me tab, and a My Planner tab. So everybody has a news feed. They have an inbox, customized HTML pages. So there may be some more information and links here. So each of our students has access to this, grades 7 through 12, and we do encourage students to use Naviance throughout their high school career. In order for students to log into Naviance, we need them to go visit the website, http://connection.naviance.com/Capel. This is also easily found by going to the CHS homepage and looking at students, and the link for Naviance is located very easily for students to access. The username and password is also the same as all CISD network accounts. So in the box where it says email, students will simply put the first part of their email address, just like they do for HUC or Schoology, and then the password is the same as they use for those as well. So it's all connected so that to make it an easier sign-on experience for your learners. Right now, students are the only one that have access to log into Naviance. Parents can look on with their child if they want to look at the Naviance account. In order to choose an endorsement, we hope that our students will log into Naviance and use the resources under the Careers tab in order to identify their endorsement or the career cluster, which can lead them to finding an endorsement. So the Career Cluster Finder just really helps students find their interest and abilities, and students kind of get a ranking of their career clusters so that they can see what is of interest to them. So for example, on this one, this particular student, the highest ranking one is education and training. If that was your learner's um, first career cluster, then education and training is under the public services endorsement. So that's where we would look at finding courses in that particular area and having your child take courses that align with their career interest inventory that they've done in Naviance. So this is just one of 3 different career assessments in Naviance. There's the Do What You Are, the Career Cluster Finder, and also the career interest inventory for older students. So we do encourage students to look at this and use these resources in order to kind of help identify a career interest and also to look at which endorsement pathway would be best for them. Once your child has found their career interest pathway or cluster, there are 16 different career clusters. Naviance can take you by identifying that into looking at a career pathway and looking at specific careers where you can look at earnings, knowledge and skills, and different things about each of the different career fields. So it's a great resource to kind of dig in and find out more information from general to more specific as your student goes throughout high school. So once your learner has selected an appropriate career path that they feel like is a good fit for them, then we can start looking at the different types of endorsements. Now, endorsements are just simply a set of courses that allows a student to look at an area of interest. Something like maybe you've heard of a college major allowing the student to learn more about a particular subject area. In the state of Texas and at CHS, there are 5 different endorsements. You have the Arts and Humanities endorsement, Business and Industry, Multidisciplinary, Public Service, and STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. When a student chooses an endorsement, they'll be required to complete a certain number of courses to earn credit towards their endorsement. Oftentimes, these courses will be counted as elective for the purpose of the student's graduation requirements. And again, the endorsement is just looking at preparing a student for their career option post high school. So you may be asking yourself, how do I earn an endorsement? So we're going to go over each of the different endorsement areas and look at how do I earn that particular endorsement. If your student doesn't really know what career path if they want to take, we probably would encourage them to take the multidisciplinary endorsement. This is where a student could do 4 credits in each core subject area in English, social studies, science, and math. With the social studies on this one, they have to pick world geography or world history, in addition to 3 other histories, U.S. history, government economics, and then a 4th social studies credit. Or being key, we can take 4 credits in advanced placement or 4 credits in international baccalaureate. So this is where if you have a student that's not sure what they want to take, they're going to be in the IB program or they're going to take several AP classes throughout high school, this is an endorsement that they may want to choose to pick. The other endorsement on this page is Arts and Humanities. Students can select this endorsement if they're interested in taking 5 credits in social studies or 4 levels of the same language in LOTE, that's a language other than English, or 2 levels of the same language in LOTE and 2 levels of a different language in LOTE. That would be an example like 2 credits in Spanish and 2 credits in French, or 4 credits in fine arts. That could be art, band, choir, theater, or dance. This is not drill team dance, but the actual fine art dance course. Or 2 credits in fine arts and 2 different credits in another fine arts. So that could be 2 credits in art and 2 credits in choir. So those are the different ways to earn those 2 particular endorsements. Again, there's multiple ways to earn a different endorsement. So we try to encourage you not to get too stressed out about how to earn the endorsement, or figuring out it's not an and, it's the or. And so if you're struggling, just work with your counselor, and most of the time there's a pretty easy way for us to figure out how for you to earn that particular endorsement. We're going to look at the other three endorsement areas to choose from. These are what we call our career and tech endorsement selections. So for the business and industry, you have to earn a coherent sequence of courses for 4 more credits in CTE that consist of at least 2 courses in the same career cluster and at least 1 advanced CTE course. So in this particular situation, if a student is looking at taking their electives in architecture and construction, arts, audio, video technology or communications, business management, finance, marketing, or information technology, the business industry endorsement would be the one that you would want to select. Those are going to be, you're going to take a series of courses in those particular subject area. For the public services, the same kind of language here, the coherent sequence of courses and 4 more credits. These areas, focus areas, are going to be in education and training and health science. And then the last endorsement here is STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. So this is an or as well. Students can earn the STEM endorsement by taking 5 math credits. Algebra 1, geometry, Algebra 2, plus 2 additional math credits beyond Algebra 2. Or 5 science credits, biology, chemistry, physics, plus 2 additional science credits. Or they can earn the coherent sequence of courses for 4 more credits in a CTE. So this particular focus area on this in STEM that we offer here at CHS is engineering and robotics. And so those are the different ways to which you can earn an endorsement. We just got through going over the 3 different types, business and industry, public services, and STEM endorsement areas and how to earn those. It talked about this language about the coherent sequence of 4 or more credits in a CTE course. So what is CTE? CTE basically is going to help learners explore their passions, plan for post-secondary opportunities, and impact the world. So we do offer 3 of our 5 endorsement areas are in the CTE category. Basically, in each 3 of these, students are going to be looking at earning certifications for the workforce that they can use right out of high school. So there's some great opportunities for our learners in these particular pathways. On the course guide on page 80, you'll see this box, and it says this link will guide you through the recommended endorsement pathways and courses to take. So make sure that you're looking at the course guide and clicking on that link so that it can take you to what I'm going to show you on the next few slides, so that you can see the courses you need to take to earn a particular endorsement. We've color-coded these. Red is business and industry. Green is public services, and blue is science, technology, engineering, math, or STEM. These are the proposed CTE course pathways. Legend, so it'll kind of take you through what is noted on each of the different slides. If it's yellow, box is yellow, it's an advanced course in the pathway, because every student does have to have an advanced course as one of their 4 credits in this particular area. They also will let you know if there's certifications offered, and then note that some of these courses are level 3 and level 4 for GPA purposes, so at an honors or an AP level as you're going through them. So in this particular pathway, we have architecture and construction management pathway. This falls under the business and industry. So these are the courses lined out. So there are several different career pathways within this endorsement area. You have interior design, You have architecture and construction. We'll see on the next slide where we have a couple of others. So this is your focus area if you're interested in that particular part. Then it tells you the courses that you're recommended to take for each grade level in order to complete that endorsement, the business and industry endorsement. So it's aligned by focus area to help you kind of cement which area, which classes would be a better fit for you. We continue with the business and industry endorsement here on this page. Notice the focus areas here are with audio video technology and communications. And so if you're interested in KCBY, this is audio video technology. The focus area here is KCBY, and it tells you exactly what courses to take in order to participate in the KCBY program. The second focused area here is your print technology courses. So this is where students will either need to pick the Sidekick or Roundup in order to kind of go through those and pick the appropriate courses. And then if they still want to do audio video or print technology, but don't particularly have an interest in KCBY or Sidekick or the Roundup, students can pick graphic design and animation, and that's where students can kind of pick that particular pathway to complete the business and industry endorsement. So again, we're still talking about the business and industry endorsement, but again, we're looking at the different focus areas. So we're looking at business management, finance, and marketing. So the 9th grade course is the same for all 3 focus areas, and then it gets a little bit different as you go through the different focus areas. So again, notice you've got a lot of certifications throughout, as I didn't point out in the other slides, but anything with the checkboxes showing that they're earning a certification for the workforce. And so there are going to be fees associated with that particular certification that you can find in the course guide. Anything like this is that's highlighted in yellow is an advanced course in that particular pathway. And so these are the courses that are recommended for this sequence. Again, we're still looking at the business and industry endorsement with the focus areas on introduction to information technology and digital technology. And so for a student, a 9th grade student, they would take business information management for either one. And then once they get to the Coppell High School campus, they can choose between AP Computer Science, computer maintenance, or web technologies, and then continue on into get that particular endorsement. Okay, we're continuing with the information technology pathway. We're looking at the focus areas of app development and computer programming. This computer programming is replacing what we used to have, computer science pathway. We're shifting those to computer programming courses that fall under the CTE program, and so you'll notice them here versus in the STEM pathway that they have been previously. Again, same kind of thing. We want students to take one of these 3 courses their 9th grade year, and then as they go on to look at what they want to take 10th, 11th, and 12th, they have a little bit of flexibility in their sequence. So I hope this is kind of lines out the business and industry endorsement for you and kind of helps you identify the different pathways, and then you have the focus areas and then the courses that a student should take throughout. The public services endorsement only has 2 pathways. You have the education and training pathway. It's pretty straightforward. So this particular endorsement and pathway is straightforward. So if you're going to be interested in the education pathway, then we do recommend the Principles of Education course, and it's recommended to take Business Information Management, Human Growth and Development, Instructional Practices, and then Practicum in Education and Training. Pretty straightforward there. This is the same public services endorsement, but this is the health science pathway. So we do have a couple of different focus areas on the health science pathway. If your student just wants a simple introduction to medical, we have a pathway here that they can take. If they're interested in doing EMT, pharmacy tech, or sports medicine, then they do have a separate pathway, and these all lead to certifications for employment in the workforce after graduation. There are requirements for each of these in the health science pathway, so make sure that you're looking at the course guide to refer to prerequisites and requirements as far as certifications and labs and things like that that they'll need to turn in order to participate in those. And then our last set of endorsement pathways would be your science, technology, engineering, math. Now, we noted on the previous slides that you can also earn a STEM endorsement by taking 5 maths or 5 sciences. But if you're going to take the coherent sequence for engineering and robotics, this is a particular pathway that you'll take. So you'll want to make sure that you follow these particular courses if you're planning on earning the STEM endorsement through engineering and robotics. There are, sure you have a lot of questions. We'll open it up to question and answer in just a minute. I have created a couple of resources for you that you can look at when you get home. There's an endorsement FAQ. It's roughly 6 pages, so I didn't print it out, but you can look at that tiny URL and endorsement facts and get those particular questions answered. And then to learn more about our Naviance program, I'll have handouts at the back, but also you can look at this link as well. Naviance is a great program, as I've already mentioned just briefly, but just there's so much more to it than just looking at careers. There's college information, career information, just helping students to kind of create a plan for what they want to do after high school. And it really is a stepping stone for each year to do a little bit more. And so we encourage you and your learners to sit down and take advantage of that resource. Okay, I want everyone to take a deep breath, kind of breathe in and breathe out, because I know that this endorsements can be overwhelming when you look at all the different possibilities and different ways that you can earn an endorsement. The main thing is we want your child to pick classes that align with their career interests, what they're passionate about doing after high school, and starting to think about those things while they're in 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. It should kind of progress as they get older. And so if you'll choose the classes and the pathway that your child's interested in, we can kind of plug them into an endorsement and help you as you start knowing the next steps. But those CTE charts are a great chart to kind of help you know what class to take year after year in order for you to earn that endorsement. But there are so many ways. And a student may want to, we have them pick an endorsement their freshman year, going into freshman year. They're able to change as long as they can still meet the prerequisites of the endorsement that they're wanting to pick in the classes that they would need to earn it. So most of the time, it's usually not a problem to switch from one to another. It makes it a little harder the older they get as far as grade level is concerned. So if there's a concern about endorsement, just reach out to your student's counselor to make sure that you speak with them, your learner speaks with them, and y'all are all on the same page about the requirements going forward. We appreciate your time and hope that you have a great evening.